Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews. Cybertron Weekly is your central hub for everything Transformers.
Use it too flat-chested to be Ironhide. He's supposed to have a big chest. Why, you son of a bitch!
You suck. Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're going to take a look at another Transformers figure from the War of Cybertron Siege line. It's Ironhide. Now, I found this guy at my local Walmart in the south side of Indianapolis in Greenwood, Indiana, and this was definitely a figure that I was really looking forward to coming out. Ironhide's always been one of my favorite Autobots, and this looks pretty good. I'm going to say it looks good, but this should have been a Voyager class figure to me, not a deluxe. I guess this is the deluxe size. He should have just been a little bit bigger, but that is what it is, I guess. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have Ironhide in the packaging, and it's pretty much the standard package we're getting out of the Siege line here. Side of the package has this really cool artwork with the Ark. We get Ironhide, got his weapon, it says Transformer Siege, Ironhide, same kind of stuff up here. Side of this package has some really nice artwork. It says he's a deluxe class, even though he should be a Voyager. So just kind of a close-up, yeah, there he is. There's the top of the box there. Looking all kinds of cool. Side of the package, definitely digging the artwork there for him. Very comic book style. Liking that. I need to get a poster of that. That would be kind of cool to hang up in the living room. Back of the package here has his robot mode, the play gimmick with the little Battle Masters, and then it turns into a Cybertronian van, which is pretty cool looking. I'm definitely digging that. It's very Ironhide, so yeah, there he is. All the play gimmicks. There he is in his robot mode and his vehicle mode right down there. So yeah, definitely pretty cool. I am digging him. Let's go ahead and get Ironhide out of box and see what we think. So here we have Ironhide out of the packaging, and I like this figure and don't like this figure simultaneously. I love the sculpt and design of the figure. The problem is the joints in mine seem very, very loose, and I feel like they're going to get looser over time. It's nothing that's going to really affect posing him, but they just seem really, really loose, and this guy feels cheaper than the first run of figures, which is a damn shame. Also, these panels on the side here fall off like that, and I can see those getting loose very, very easily in the future. So be aware of that. He comes with this giant arm cannon, which looks kind of cool. Looks like kind of a bazooka. It also transforms, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to take that off of him for a minute. I like the design of this thing. I like all the paint apps, which is nice. We don't get that with Prowls. And then this piece kind of folds down like this, and it's still full of nice details, and, well, it turns into a hammer for Ironhide here. I guess you could have him, well, let's see, I guess he'd hold it like this. Get in there, mushroom peg. So yeah, there it is, if I could get it into focus. There we go. So yeah, I mean, that looks pretty cool. It might be a better use for Ultra Magnus, since he's kind of had a hammer since Transformers Animated. But it doesn't look too terribly bad with Ironhide. I could see this guy getting retooled as Inferno, and then making retool this into a fireman's axe. That would be kind of cool. Now, as far as articulation goes on this guy, his head swings all the way around, which is good. It looks down just a little bit, looks up barely at all. His arms go all the way out, which is cool. They go all the way around. There is a mushroom peg up here at the top. He's got a single joint on the elbow. The fists do twist a little bit right there. He's got a hinge, swivel at the waist, which is nice. His legs kick up really far. They kick all the way back. They kick all the way out. If I can get it to focus. There we go. Like that, which is nice. There is a twist up at the upper leg. He's got a very nice knee joint right there. The feet don't have any hinges, but they got that crazy ankle rocker pivot we love! With this being his widest possible stance with both feet still flat on the floor. And that is ridiculous. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, the head sculpt on this is near perfect. I adore it. I love the fact he's got a transparent windshield on the chest there, even though it's a little too vertical for me. I wish it had more of an angle, kind of like the G1 Ironhide. I love the fact that we got the gray and the red everywhere, although, again, looking at some of the earlier Siege figures, I think this one's just a little bit too bright. Especially the gray, I don't know, it's just too light for me. But everything else, I mean, sculpt-wise, looks really, really good. This thing could just use a good black wash to dumb down those colors. So taking a look at the middle section of the figure, again, I think they did a pretty good job as far as sculpt goes. I like the Autobot logo on the chest piece there. It's got this little gray hinge piece, which on the back of the figure is actually a red plastic piece. It's a shame that they did not continue that on to the actual toy. The hands are fine. The gray hands, I don't really have much of a problem with them. We get some nice battle ports on the arms of the figure. The back of the figure is kind of holy, but you know, you don't really see that as far as you know, when it's in its alternate mode. So I mean, that works for me. All in all, I think it's pretty decent. I think the chest should have been more of an angle to kind of, you know, imitate that G1 aesthetic. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, I do appreciate the fact that this has no real open spaces on the legs, so that's kind of nice. The problem with the legs, though, I will say, are those flap panels on the side. They just pop off like that, which is unfortunate. The silver bits are pretty decent. I like how the battle damage really is all scuff marks around his feet like he's been marching. That looks pretty cool. I definitely dig that. And the wheels hanging off the back there. Again, I kind of wish that they did something different with the wheels. This light gray is just, I don't know, there's something about it that's just not working for me. If they would have done it in a translucent plastic, kind of like Prowl, I think that would have been cooler. For comparison, here we have the Siege Ironhide next to the Siege Hound, and these guys look pretty good next to each other, although I think Ironhide's a little bit bright in comparison for colors, and that may be because Hound's a really dark green. It's not as bad as a comparison as Prowl versus Sideswipe, but definitely interesting. I think I would like to have seen him a little darker to kind of match the Wave 1 figures. Especially on the gray, it just seems a little bright, and I don't know, I think it could just use a good black wash to kind of tone everything down. So here we have Ironhide in his vehicle mode, and it's not too bad. It's not the greatest. Kind of a simplistic transformation, really. I wasn't expecting that. Now, I don't know, there's some things I like and don't like. I'm going to go ahead and remove the weapon piece off up here. I love the gold paint app right there. I think that's cool, and the silver paint here. Love the clear windshield. Autobot logo looks good. Some nice headlights up front. Nothing really in the back right there, which is a bit of a shame. I am not a fan of this gappage up here where the arms are. Just not a fan of that. Nor am I a fan of the gappage right there in the back. Also, I think the tires should have been either black or what would have been cool, kind of like with Prowl, do a translucent gray or a translucent charcoal. I think that would have been cool, but alas, we did not get that. Now we know we're going to get a retool of this figure when Ratchet comes out, so that's going to be nice to see this mold reused again, because it's not too terribly bad. But looking at this truck mold, I could also see this being used for Inferno as well as a Sentinel Prime. I doubt that it happened, but I could definitely see it. So yeah, just kind of a quick look at all the details. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's not bad. It's not the best in this line, but it's definitely not the worst. It's solid in this mode. I will give it that. But it could have been a little bit better. So is the War for Cybertron Siege Ironhide a figure that you want in your Transformers collection? You know, I will say yes. I do like the sculpt on this figure. I love the fact that we got this real nice G1 Ironhide style head. And overall, I think it's a decent figure. The problem with the figure is it feels cheaper than the original run, which is very unfortunate. And because of that, I think it's about $10 overpriced. With the other figures, we got a lot more paint apps and the joints were a lot stronger. Just feels like cost cutting to me, which is very unfortunate because it's a good figure and I think it deserves better. So there he is, Ironhide from Transformers Siege by Takara Tomy and Hasbro.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.